Hi everybody, this is Steve Hoggard, the pastor of Hickory Hill Baptist Church. Today is Wednesday, August the 11th, and today I want to kind of share a kind of a weird word in the Bible. And I want to start out with a little illustration. Yesterday I was driving, and my wife and I, we just bought a house. And I was driving from the house we bought to where we're renting right now, living. And dropping off some stuff, driving, and I basically ran a stop sign. I mean, I yielded, I looked, made sure it was safe, I turned, but did not stop. In fact, the two people behind me were following close behind me. They did the exact same thing. One followed right, same direction. I turned right, they turned right. The other person made a left. And I tell you that because I just shot them. I'm going, I just ran that stop sign. It said stop, and I did not stop. And it got me thinking. In fact, these past couple of days, I mean, I've been doing a lot of things, working on the new house, cleaning the lagoon up. I mean, my body's sore. Mosquitoes and chiggers have eaten me up. I've been on my knees, putting in vinyl flooring. So for an old man like me, I'm not that old, but I mean, I'm just not used to it. And so been really busy. My mind has not been clear and not been focused. And I tell you all this because I was thinking, what do I need to share for my video? And I started thinking, I started reading the passage I'm going to preach on Sunday, and we've been preaching through the book of Psalms. And came across a word that I've shared before, not with y'all, but with my church, and it's in the Bible. It's called Selah. Now, it's spelled Selah. It can be, I pronounce it Selah. And basically, the word see and then la. It's not an Australian word. No. It is basically a word in the Bible, and actually it's transliterated Sheila. And so it's used 71 times in the book of Psalms, in 39 books, and it's used 3 times in the book of Habakkuk, and I think that's in chapter 3. So Sheila's in the Bible, and it's in the Bible. We should know a little bit about it, and I want to tell you what I think it is, and because really no one really knows, scholars really don't know, but I think it's a pause or reflect. It is an exclamation mark. It is kind of like a musical change. It has to do with the music. No one's really sure. You could say maybe it's a musical stop sign. I don't know. Maybe to get you to change a direction, to pause, to get you to reflect. Maybe the Sheila is there to just let the music play, or maybe it's there just to sing a cappella, or maybe it's there just to lift your hands in holy praise. I really don't know. No one knows why Sheila is there, but it's in the Bible. And so we need to understand that it's a pause, to reflect, change of direction, something a little different. It should grab our attention and really make us think about what we're reading. And maybe you could say it's a stop sign in Psalms that you may want to stop and reflect. And so that's what I want to share with you. And I want to just give you a couple examples in God's Word, and maybe encourage you to do a little stopping and reflecting. We're going to start out with Psalms 3, and verse 3 and 4. It says, "But you are a shield around me, O Lord. You bestow glory on me and lift up my head. To the Lord I cry aloud. He answers me from his holy hill." Now, if you read that, you think, okay, the psalmist David is saying, you know what? God, you're a shield all around me, and when I cry out, you answer me. And maybe you need to stop and reflect that God is all powerful. He is your protection. And maybe you need to call out to him. In Psalms 32, when I'm preaching on this Sunday, then I acknowledge you, verse 5, Psalm 32, verse 5. Then I acknowledge my sin to you, and I did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. And David here, he says, God, he said, I confessed my sin to you, and you forgave me. And maybe here you may need to stop and think and reflect about the forgiveness of God and how God forgives you when you confess your sin. Last one, Psalms 62. This is a good one to end on. It says, find rest, O my soul, in God alone. My hope comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress, and I will not be shaken. My salvation and my honor depend on God. He is the mighty rock of my refuge. Trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts to Him, for God is our refuge. And you look at that, and right after that, there's a Shelah. There's a pause. And so maybe you need to stop and think about that God is the one where you find rest. That God is where you find is your refuge place. He is your salvation. He is your rock. He is your salvation. So maybe you want to kind of pause and to think about that. Anyway, I want you to kind of think about the word Shelah just for a moment and think about that maybe you need to pause. Maybe you need to stop and reflect and to get into God's Word. So many times that we just run stop signs and we're so busy and we miss things. Maybe you need to be still and know that the Lord is Lord. Be still and know that I am God. Psalms 46:10. Maybe you need a Shelah in your life. Pause for a moment, guys, and reflect. Get along with God and His Word and find out how awesome the Lord is. Hey, I hope that you will pause and you will think about the Lord. And I hope to see you Sunday. We'll talk to you later. Bye.